hopefully you'll see me in a sec. Let's put Hannah's back on.
Because I'm going to hand over to Scott. Well, actually, he ain't got international connection, 5 Peter. He's actually.
Okay, just wait for Hannah to finish, and then I'll be on.
So, I am now going to hand over to Scott. I'll see he's on that side. Bye.
Okay, so I've just heard Hannah's finished. So I'm not sure who's in yet. Hopefully I've got a couple. Let's have a look. There's one person watching, that's just me. Oh, I'm missing my pillars. Make it a bit more comfy. Hello to those that are here. Sorry, I've just I forgot I normally sit on pillars because otherwise this chair hurts my bottom. So hello to those that just come across from Hannah. There's 6 of you watching now. So hi. I had no comments as of yet. So there we go. Hi Alona. Hope you're alright. How you doing? You're right. Hiya Sue. Hiya Chris. So it looks like it's just the mods and me at the minute. I'm just obviously still waiting for a few more to come over. Yeah, okay, thanks, no problem. Yeah, me and Sue are fine, thank you. Well, Sue's on now as well. Hiya Susie Barker and Andrew Eccles. So we're just waiting for a few more to come across from Hannah's stream. I believe she's finished now. Hopefully she has. I don't know, we'll soon see. I'm going to be pretty much just discussing my usual coins, the 50p. I've also done the list that I said I was going to do on my last stream. I've been working on that pretty much all day to try and get it ready. So hopefully, hi there, from across the pond, Pat. How you doing? Hope you're alright as well, mate. Very good stream last night. Thoroughly enjoyed the stream from America. I only stayed for a couple of hours, as you know. I started falling asleep, so I do apologise. It was interesting. I still can't get my head around how your currency works. Obviously, we're used to dealing with pounds, pence, etc. And obviously, you deal with quarters and dimes, and it got me a bit confused. I do like the way that the American banks give the money out in those wrapped money tubes, but the actual in the UK we get them in coin bags, so it's a bit different. Your way is definitely a lot more, probably a lot more economical and quicker and easier to give out the coins, to be honest. So there is only 7 people currently watching. It tends to be just the ones that, obviously Warren's going to be on obviously after me at 10, so I'm just waiting for a couple more before I start jumping into things. I know that someone was interested in what the Battle of Britain 50p's were, so I've got those out ready, and also the Blue Peter and the normal Olympics one. I was going to show the difference of those, and then I was going to also discuss some of the well, my coin list that I've made up. Well, I haven't made it up. I've got the figures from the internet and Royal Mint, etc. So I was going to show some of that, or mention some of those as well, against what Change Checker have released as their scarcity index, because to me the scarcity index doesn't kind of reflect the actual mintage figures, which is, I thought, would be the whole point of it, not just the fact of how rare and how hard they are to find. But I'll go into a bit more detail on that in a moment. So I've just waiting for a couple more watchers. We've only got 8 at the minute from what I can see on my screen. So hopefully we'll get a few more, unless you do want me to just start, in which case I'll start waffling about the coins. So I don't know what Hannah's been discussing. Hi there, Metal Detecting UK. Pleased to see you again. I know you were on the other night with me at one of my streams. So I'm not sure what Hannah's been talking about. I catched a little bit of the stream I could see obviously she had a daughter Billy Joe and a granddaughter there. It's very nice. So I like to, I do my coin collecting with or coin hunting with my daughter Katie. Hi Hannah, you're right. I watched some of your streams, so I didn't catch all of it. I was at the in-laws. Sue's just walked past, so I apologise if I didn't catch all of it. I did see some of it, and obviously made a couple of comments. Can you remember, Hannah, who the person was that wanted to know a bit about the sorry, Battle of Britain 50p's? Are they on? I'm not sure they're on yet because I've got them out. Hi Andy, hope you're okay. Some of these names are definitely recognised. You've definitely been in my streams previously. It's very nice to see people back. So I was just hoping that person with Battle of Britain was on because I was going to show them the Battle of Britain's. I think it was Angela and Nanny Sue. Okay, they're not in as of yet. I don't want to keep repeating over things, so hopefully they'll be on shortly. Forgive the noise in the background. We've got the washing machine on, and Sue's making herself a brew. So forgive me if there's lots of noise going on in my background. Hopefully you can all hear me clearly. I'm presuming so because I'm getting people responding to my questions, so that's kind of good. Okay, so as Hannah was kind of pointing out, there is some coins in the UK that have become, or they are quite rare or difficult to get hold of. The Change Checker guys released a video. I actually commented on it last Tuesday and also a little bit on Thursday in relation to some of the rarer 50p's that can be found in circulation that shouldn't be there. So what we call the NIFCs, not intended for circulation 50p's. There's a number of them out there, and Change Checker just released a video in relation to that. It's funny how I mentioned it on Ian's stream, and then a couple of days later it was then released as an update, which is quite good. I don't mind it being released as an update. It's absolutely brilliant. It gives people the awareness that don't watch Ian's stream. Not a problem, Hannah. Take care. Nice to speak to you, and I'll see you again soon. Sorry, Sue's just walking past again. Okay, so as I say, I was talking in relation to some of the Change Checker video, and I say it was a bit a funny thing to see that they released a video a couple of days after I mentioned it in the stream, which is quite good to say. Gets the awareness out there for people that obviously don't subscribe to Ian and just go on Change Checker. So I don't mind that at all. It's absolutely fine. But it's, you know, it's just, I say, a bit of a coincidence that I was talking about the coins and then it was out as a video by them a couple of days later. So I will start with that. I was going to mention, as I said, the scarcity index. So I produced a list earlier on for the scarcity index, which I've been working on pretty much most of the day, because there's quite a number of coins back from 1969, 50p wise to the current date. A fair few number of them, and there's some that are obviously more scarce than others. So I will go over that list in a moment. I don't know if people want to take notes and things, but there is certainly some key coins to look out for, and the actual mintages of them. There's also been some advertisement from people saying, for example, like the WWF coin is quite a rare one. It is, but there's a load more before it. There's also people were saying that the Suffragettes 2003 is also another rare one. Again, it is, but there's a load more. I mean, all the Olympic ones are above those coins, but people seem to forget the Olympic coins exist on certain channels. So I just want to say I've made my list, I've got it ready, and I will be at some point sending this across to Ian to have a look at. So it's just basically updated. It's got most up-to-date coins on there, including this year's. However, the mintages for this year's haven't been released as of yet, but we have got all of last year's now, apart from the snowman. The snowman is unknown. I'm not sure why the snowman's unknown, apart from some of them went missing. So I'm led to believe that there is a few of them that didn't turn up or just went, well, they should have gone, or we don't know what actually happened to those, because Ian didn't manage to get hold of the snowman from his supplier, and he did have an order of it in, but it didn't turn up. So we don't know what happened there. I don't know too much. I can't guess. So I will be starting to say it in a moment. What I will do first of all is mention that some of the coins in my list are from the old big 50p. So big 50p went out of circulation in 1997 when the smaller size 50p come into circulation. So a lot of the ones on the list are from the newer size. I've already done that one.
Yeah, I know, but the radiators aren't off and I need all the heaters. So.
Okay, sorry, we've had the heating on here all day. It's been absolutely freezing, so the heating's been on, and now soon needs to dry some clothes. It needs to definitely be on. Okay, so these are the clothes that we can't put in a tumble dryer because they shrink. If anyone's got school uniforms, you know what I mean.
I need a pillowcase to dry stinky trainers.
Thanks.
No, it's not your trainers, it's
I know.
Oliver's.
I'm sure they wanted to know that though. Anyway, Sue's going to be drying Oliver's trainers for PE in a pillowcase so it doesn't damage the washing machine, because they obviously got dirty when he was last playing PE. Not that you all needed to know that. So, as I say, the coins, I've done the scarcity index, or my own version of it. The change checker one is definitely a bit different to mine, and it doesn't. I don't think it doesn't include the normal coins. It only includes the commemorative. However, I will certainly be going across that now. So if people want to make notes, that's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with that. And I'm sure, in actual fact, I think Ian does sell these kind of listings if people want them. So that's pretty cool as well. Sorry, my phone keeps flashing at me. Okay, so the first coin that was released into circulation with the lowest mintage 50p wise was one of the old 50p's. So this is at number 1 of the scarcity, and it was the EC dual date. It was like a table and chairs from 1992-93. That was a dual date coin. There was only 109,000 of that coin went into circulation. So that is obviously half the amount, or just over half the amount of what Kew Gardens was put into circulation. So as you can tell, for some reason that doesn't appear on the change checker top 100. I'm presuming it doesn't appear on that because of the fact it's a big coin rather than one of the new coins that was released. Obviously it was after 97, or this was before 97, pre-97. So that is the rarest 50p that has ever been put in circulation, and that's the EC dual date 50p, 109,000. Following from that is the Kew Gardens 50p. So everyone's aware of Kew Gardens, and that one has got 210,000 put in circulation. So as you can tell, Kew Gardens is the one that most people is the one they're after and they're sought after. So Kew is the hardest at the moment to find in circulation. Hiya, Matt. So Kew Gardens is definitely up there as another rare one. Well, it's currently the rarest 50p in circulation, officially in circulation. We know that the Gruffalo is going to be out there, and also so is Peter Rabbit 19, because Ian's putting them in circulation, so they will be the lowest, but that's not been recognised as of yet by anybody. So at the moment, the official ones that are the lowest in circulation at the moment is Kew Gardens, because it's the small one, and all the big ones are no longer in circulation. The next coin that was released that's low mintage was actually a normal Britannia. So we all know about the Britannia 50p. It's been out since 1969, hence 50 years of the 50p, and it was a big 50p, the one I'm going to mention, and it was a Britannia from 1985. So that is actually the third rarest coin that's been put in circulation, with only 600 and 103. So that is obviously another rare one, but you won't be able to get that one anymore in circulation. So I'll just catch up on a little bit of the comments. Matt, yes I do, and Judith, hello. So as I said, they're the three, but two of those three so far mentioned are no longer in circulation because of the size of the 50p. So we're going to then move on to the next one. So the way that the scarcity index from Change Checker looks to be working is on current 50p's that are in circulation. So Kew Gardens is obviously the rarest with 210,000. Then the next one is the Olympic football. So the offside rule, as it could be also known, you may have seen, there's a video that we've seen just recently where My Family Collects grandma got given that coin via one of our CJs, Steve Fraser, and that is, a very rare one. The mintage for the football Olympic coin is only 1.125,500, so 1,125,500. So that Olympic football is, the third, or it's the fourth overall, but it's the second rarest currently in circulation. I'm only going to go to the top 10. Obviously, I will go further than that if people want me to, but this is just for your interest. So the Wrestling Olympic 50p is the next one, and there was 1,129,500 of that. So there's actually 4,000 more wrestling than there's the football one in circulation. So that's why the wrestling is also quite a costly coin to buy nowadays. Followed by that one was the Judo Olympic coin, and there was 1,161,500 of that one released. The following one after that one is the Triathlon Olympic, and there was 1,163,500 of that released. Now this is where the list has been slightly changed this year. So the next two coins, which is the thing that got me on the Change Checker Scarcity Index, the next two are Flopsy Bunny and Peter Rabbit 2018. Both of those have got 1.4 million. However, on the Scarcity Index on Change Checker, Flopsy was at 40 and Peter Rabbit was on 37 or 36 or something along those lines. Now both of them have got the same mintage. I personally don't see how one can be more rare than the other. So it's very confusing to me how that could be the case. If they've both got the same mintage, it's been confirmed they've both got the same mintage, how can one be more scarce than the other? I did say Flopsy was rarer because it was the one I kept getting the least of. However, the figures that were released show that they're actually both 1.1 million. So again, I don't see how the scarcity index can be kind of correct if they've both got the same mintage figure. The next one after that one was the Tennis Olympic, and that was 1,454,000 of those in circulation. So again, that's another very rare one. Now you can see that I'm pretty much reading down from is mainly the Olympic coins. There's a load of them that have got very a limited number in circulation. You'll have to forgive me if my eyes are looking that way, it's because I'm looking at the screen behind the stream to read the actual figures. So Mrs. Tittlemaus was released this year. That one is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, it's 16th on the list, including the old coins, and that's got 1.7 million. So you can see between that one and Flopsy Bunny and Peter Rabbit, they're just Olympic coins that are, scarcer. So looking at that list that the Change Checker put out, I don't understand some of that list. I understand bits of it. For example, I had lots of them at scarcity number 1, and some of those ones at scarcity number 1 are basically very common to get. For example, Benjamin Bunny at like 25 million and Tales of Peter Rabbit at 19 million. But both of those were near the top of the number 1 list, when in actual fact they should be at the very bottom. And then people also don't realise, but there's another shield on the list. So a shield's the normal everyday coin that you may find in your change. Definitely one to keep an eye out for, and that is the 2017 shield. There's 1.8 million of those exactly. The Isaac Newton one, there was 1.8 million and an extra 1,500 on top. So the shield is actually rarer than Isaac Newton, although you'll find a lot more shields out there than you would Newton because it's not a commemorative coin. So that's pretty much the top 10. There is obviously a load more, and I've got a full list, but obviously I'm not going to start giving everybody the full list of coins and details because obviously they're available to be bought on Ian's website. So I won't be going into a full list here and now. So one thing that I just wanted to mention, because I didn't understand the scarcity index that got sent out by Change Checker, hence why I wanted to mention the coins that, well, in the actual proper mintage figure order that they have been released, including some that Change Checker seem to have forgotten exist, like the dual date, or the old Britannia 1985 that were mintage years. So that's pretty much that. Let me just catch up on some of the background chat that's been going on. Yeah, I think it's just people saying how they all are, etc. That's absolutely fine. If anybody does have any questions, please feel free to with them. I will be showing off some 50p's in a moment. Let me just have a quick look what's been going on in the background. There is one thing I do need to quickly mention. I've been asked to mention it on my stream, and that is that unfortunately it's been discovered that people still have multiple accounts on the Great British Coin Hunt. If you have got multiple accounts, could you please contact John and make him aware of the fact that you may have a multiple account. That's John at thegreatbritishcoinhunt.com. And just mention if you think you've got an account you've opened up by accident, etc. Because obviously everybody should only have the one account. So if you could please contact John and let him know if you think you may have accidentally opened up another account, or indeed if you may have done it for whatever reason, you could please contact John and obviously let him know. And I think that is that from the things I need to mention. So one more thing I would also quickly like to mention is Warren. He's always in the background. You may see him, he comes up as Lighty Collects. He's the gent that organises this YouTube. So he arranges for all of us to come on air, as it may be, and do the live chats and streams. Warren is, well, basically we're all going around the, you may know about this already, but we are going around the mint on the 25th of January next year, and Warren has said it'll be a great sport, and if he gets to £250 in donations to his charity, which is Mind, through the admin part of the website, then he will go around in drag. So I just wanted to quickly mention that again, because I'm not sure what the state of play is in relation to people donating, but obviously the more donations the better. All of that donations will go to the charity which is called Mind, and mental health. 1 in 4 people in the UK, I'm not sure what it's like in America, but 1 in 4 people in the UK are affected by mental health issues. You don't realise, some people out there don't mention things, but there's all different things. In actual fact, a lot of the Winnie the Pooh characters in the the cartoons are actually based on mental health things. For example, one of them was always sounding depressed, which I think is Eeyore. The rabbit, not rabbit, I can't remember which one it is. One of them's very, very anxious all the time. So that those kind of things are, classed as mental health, stress, anxiety, depression, etc. And Mind obviously will help towards all those things. So it's a great charity, which is why I wanted to mention it. But obviously, which would be quite fun for us guys, is poor Warren will have to go around in drag. Hannah and Lou that keep coming on, well, Hannah obviously was the CJ that's just been on, and Lou keeps commenting in the background. They will be dressing Warren for that trip, so it should be quite funny for people to, and we will be videoing bits of it as well, so it will be out there, people will see it, so it'll be quite a good, interesting and entertaining thing to do. Okay, so that's enough of my plug-in there. Also, please, bear in mind, have a look on Ian's website, the Great British Coin Hunt. He's obviously got lots and lots of coins available for people in America and in the UK. So there's lots of coins on there. He also sells prints and things for you could use as Christmas presents, cufflinks which have got coins on them. Good evening, Andrew. So yeah, there's lots and lots, and sorry, Coin World UK, didn't see you there as well. So there's lots of things that Ian has got available on his website. He's quite happy for us to mention that if he hasn't got something available, like for example some of the Olympic 50p's or other coins, then you can possibly get those from Chris Dyer, which I'm sure he'll plug his own website in a moment, and also Steve Fraser, Dragon Lord Coins. So they're obviously the guys. If Ian hasn't got them, please try Ian first, and if Ian hasn't got them, then those two gents will you'll possibly have them on their website. And also, if anyone's looking for coin albums, UK Coin Hunt is the guy that a lot of our CJs use. For example, there's a book that holds 96 50p's, and it's say UK coin hunt, and he will be able to give you a book. I think they're a very reasonable price, about £4 for those books. Chris, also don't to put yours on there, mate. I did mention yours as well, so don't forget it. That needs to go on there too. Well done. And the beautiful thing about Chris's one, if people are interested, if Ian hasn't got the coin in stock and Chris has, and you put in the code TGBCH, which obviously stands for the Great British Coin Hunt, then he'll also give you 10% discount. So it's definitely worth having a look at Chris's website, Steve Fraser's website, and obviously most importantly the Great British Coin Hunt if you're after any coins or other items. It's quite funny actually when I mentioned to Ian that I think that my video had been watched, hence why there was a video then released about Britain, etc. We've also noticed that cufflinks, Ian was the first person to put coins on cufflinks, and they're now also available on other sites. So it's quite interesting, you know, how much good ideas that Ian does come up with. So you know, very, very good, and hopefully it's the community thing that goes on. You know, we're quite happy to promote things. You know, we mentioned that other people put out there, and it's absolutely fine. You know, the whole point of this is to make your guys out there, and also myself being a coin collector, easier to know where to get coins from, who's selling them, who's stocking the harder ones to get hold of, etc. It's always, you know, nice to put that out there. It's not just all about you know, Ian and Ian's site, although that is primarily why we're here, and obviously that's why we always promote Ian first as being the person to go to. He's also very knowledgeable when it comes to you know, what coins and things people obviously like, and etc. So you may have heard also Warren mention that some of the package coins and things, and there's a shop down our road doing cufflinks and coins for years. Oh, have they? Oh, fantastic, Coin World. That's absolutely brilliant. So again, you know, we stand corrected. I wasn't aware of other people. I'm sure people do have these, you know, ideas. So it's obviously them that had the great idea in the past. So well done to that shop down the road from yourself. So absolutely brilliant. As I say, I know that Ian does the rare coins on cufflinks. So if other people have been doing it for a while, then that's absolutely fine. As I say, I wasn't aware of these things, so that's pretty cool if someone has been doing them. So if you get the shop's name, then you know we'll mention them as well. That's not a problem. So back to what I was going to be discussing was in relation to some confusion or some coins that have been put out there, or that you may find in change that shouldn't technically be there. So I was going to mention about the Battle of Britain coins and the Blue Peter coin. So I will re-mention those just for those people that are interested. So forgive me if I'm going over old ground, or you've seen the recent video from Change Checker, as I say, but I'll definitely go over those coins again. I know I've showed these coins off in my stream twice last week, on the Tuesday and the Thursday. May have even done it on the Wednesday, I can't remember. But I'm sure you'll be able to find those in my earlier videos. And then Change Checker released their video on Friday. So I'll start first of all, I think I'll start with the Battle of Britain, because there's 4 different designs for Battle of Britain. You will only find technically one of those. Hold on 1 second, sorry, I'll just read what Coin World's put up. Use old keys for typewriters, watch mechanics as cufflinks and watches. You'll be right back. Okay, so as I say, there's some coins in relation to the Battle of Britain. I say there's only one that technically should be found in your change, and that is the version which has got JC under the Queen's head. So I'll show you what the front of the coin looks like in case people don't know what the coin looks like. That is your Battle of Britain 50p. It's a very stunning design, obviously with 1940 underneath it. It was released in 2015 for the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. So that's one. Hi there, HMS. I'm not bad, thank you. I don't know, there's only 20 people watching and 8 likes. I don't mind, it is what it is. Hopefully people will like it. I don't mind, as I say. I'm not to everybody's taste, but I am what I am, and I don't really mind. So the back of the first coin, as I said, when it is in circulation, you'll see, if I can get close enough, under the Queen's head. I don't think I can get it in close enough. Unfortunately, I'm not as advanced as the gents in America who can zoom into coins. But you'll see under the Queen's neck there, there is a JC stamped. That's for Jodie Clark. She made the 5th portrait of Battle of Britain, or 5th portrait of the Queen, I should say, and that was put on the back of Battle of Britain coin that goes in, or that is in the circulation at the moment. You'll also see in the corner, if I can get it up to say it clear enough, that it mentions 50 pence on the coin. You'll see it when this finger's pointing now, so it says 50 pence there. So that's the one that you will find in your change, and that's the common one. There was 5 million and something put out there of that coin. The next coin that, or the other version of that coin, was the set that was put in a proof coin. So it come out pretty much in this set. So you can see there's a coin in that, and this is the one that has got IRB. So the 4th portrait of the Queen was done by Ian Rank Broadley. He is on the ones that are in proof sets. So the front of the coin obviously is still the same. There's your Battle of Britain on the front, but the back of the coin is slightly different. You'll notice on this one, if I can get in close enough, that under the Queen's neck is IRB for the portrait artist's initials, and then where the other one had 50 pence written on it, this doesn't have 50 pence written on it. So that is the second one that was out there of those coins. Now occasionally you may be very, very lucky to find that coin in change. If you do, it's definitely worth keeping it. So this is one with the IRB under the neck. It wasn't intended for circulation. However, you may find it in your change, and if you do, it's obviously worth more than what the other one is. There was also a silver proof released at the same time. The difference to the silver proof was, it was again a 50p. I haven't got a silver proof, I don't collect those. But on the silver proof, the 50 pence was missing, but it had the JC Queen's head on the back. So that was the difference of the silver proof version, which I haven't got. And then the 4th one that everyone keeps saying, there's 4 of them out there. There is a 4th one, and the 4th one was released this year in 2019. Once again, same coin design. However, you'll see that this one is dated 2019. Again, you may one day come across that in your change. I doubt it very much, because again, that was in a set. It was in the 50 years of 50p military set. So to find one of those in change, I think will be quite a rare thing to happen as well. I'm not saying it won't ever happen, but if you do, again, it'll be worth more than the other one that is the common one. So keeping your eye out for those 3 particular designs. Obviously, you're not going to find the silver proof in change. I don't think anyone would actually put a silver proof into circulation. So that's why there was 4 different designs for the Battle of Britain. And as I say, the change checker video does explain that. The pictures are a lot clearer in the change checker. Obviously, I'm showing you the actual, whereas change checker actually had the enlarged picture behind the young lady that was presenting it. So as I said, I'd mentioned Coin World UK has put on something called Googie Go Gifts, or Goat Gifts. So Googie Goat Gifts, and they also put coins and things on cufflinks. So by all means, have a look at that as well. So I'd mention it for you, Coin World, and there you go. I've done that for you. The other coin that was also mentioned in, or the other coins that were also mentioned in the change checker video, which again I mentioned on Tuesday, was, it could have been Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday I mentioned it, I'm pretty certain it was in possibly 2 of those videos, is the shields that were not intended for circulation as well. So I mentioned earlier on that there's a shield 2017 which has only got 1.8 million in circulation, so keep your eye out for that one. You will come across that one. I personally found 3 of them in my last coin hunt, so it's very lucky to find the 3 of them in one hit, but you can get them. So keep your eye out for those 2017 shields. There is also some particular dates of the shield that are worth looking out for. They weren't intended for circulation, so again, they're NIFCs, or not intended for circulation coins. And that was the years 2009, 10, 11, 16, and most recently 18 is also an NIFC year. So those shields, if you find them in your change, they, as they said in Change Checker, and I mentioned the other day, they all go for around about £50 on eBay. I think the 2016 is slightly cheaper. Just on the website, then watch movement cufflinks are mad. Okay, so HMS is looking at that website for you now, Coin World. So as I say, in relation to that change checker, they also mentioned the coins that I promoted a few times are the NIFCs. I know Christopher Collects mentions it whenever he does a video and a stream about the NIFC years. So people are aware of the years to look out for in your change that aren't supposed to be there. But just keep your eye for them, because if you do find them, I say they're worth quite a lot more than face value. They're worth 50 quid, which a lot of them are. That's an awful lot of money compared to what the 50p face value is for them. And then the other coin that was mentioned in that stream was the Blue Peter coin. So I'm very, very lucky. They also said there was 100,000, which is correct, and I mentioned this in my previous video. There was 100,000 of them struck. However, only 19,900 and odd went into actual, or actually sold, or given out or sold off, as it may be, and the rest didn't actually go into circulation. I'm led to believe they got disposed of, destroyed, etc. So the actual packaging for a Blue Peter coin, you'll have to forgive me because the coin's not in this, but that's the actual packaging for the Blue Peter 50p. Now, what was so special about the packaging, I actually put it back on there because it mentions the young girl that won the Blue Peter competition. And as I say, it mentions her name in there, Florence, I think her name was. She was a young girl at the time. She designed the coin and she won. So her coin was the one that was put on the Olympics, or the first Olympic coin for 2011 set. However, this is the actual coin itself that was in that pack. It's got my fingerprints all over it now. I should really be more careful because it is a rare coin, but it's that one, the one with the athlete. And the back of that coin, just for your interest, just to prove it is the one, has got the date 2009 in the bottom corner, which you will be able to see on your screen any moment already. So that's why that coin is so rare. It's because there was only 19 and a bit thousand of them put out there. You can also then find the proper one, Florence Jackson. Thanks very much, Coin World. So Florence Jackson put that coin, designed that coin. So this is the actual one that's been in circulation and is in circulation. So as you can see, there's the main coin, and the back of it will have the date. I should be wearing gloves, mate. I know, don't worry. This is just a normal one, though. It's in change. I found this in change, this one. And this is the 2011 version of that coin. So you'll see it's exactly the same coin. Should have gloves on, but I haven't. Exactly the same coin, but the difference is the dates. So one's got 2009 and the other's got 2011. So that is the only difference between those two coins, the date on the back. The one with the 2009 on it, that's absolutely right, HMS. I was just about to say that. It's currently on eBay for, it was, I think, one of the last 120. There is people out there that are selling it as a buy it now for 180 odd. So it is an expensive coin. It is more expensive than Q, but that's only because of the scarcity of it. It is a lot more scarce than what Q is. However, again, that coin doesn't feature on the scarcity index, and I think that's the Change Checker scarcity index, and I think it doesn't appear on that because it was a coin that wasn't intended for circulation. So that's why it doesn't appear on it. From what I can see or make out, I've been looking at the Change Checker scarcity index over the last couple of days, and I've been making my mintage list, and I was realising that a lot of the coins they've got on there are the only ones that are in circulation now, and they're commemorative. So they aren't things like the Britannia, which I've mentioned, the Shield. They won't feature on that list because of the fact that it's the commemorative coins, and Q is obviously number one. I still can't get my head around though why Flopsy Bunny and Peter Rabbit with the same mintage, one's 3 places higher than the other. I still can't work that out. But mine's not to argue. Obviously, we all have our own list. I'm going off the mintage figures. I don't know, maybe Change Checker know how many coins they sell or how many coins out there have been sold. No, I know, mate, I know. But the reason I've taken it out of the packaging is because I have all of my coins in this album. And I've taken them out of the album just for this part, but there we go. It's pretty much every 50p from the year 1969 onwards, including a load of the proof ones that are quite hard and quite expensive to get a hold of. And yes, I've touched most of them without gloves. But in my personal collection, I don't know if it devalues them that much. And to be honest, if people want that coin, for example, of 2009, they're still going to give me quite a lot of money for it. Not that I'm ever going to sell it. But you know, it is out the packaging. I've done it for a reason, to put it with the rest of them. However, I was sensible enough to keep the packaging because I know there's people out there that have actually got the coin and not got the packaging. So you know, everyone makes mistakes. I'm glad I didn't make that mistake. It's like the Battle of Britain one. I'm actually quite lucky because I've got two of the IRBs even, sorry. This is one of them, and that is a proper coin in there. But I've also got another pack that I did open up where I took that coin out with the IRB to put in my album. So yeah, I am a bit silly without putting my fingers on it. I'm not the only one, though. I know that Ian touched a coin the other week, and people were having a bit of a pop because he touched a coin that was, you know, quite an expensive coin, and he wasn't wearing gloves either. So yeah, as I say, mine's for my own collection. Doesn't matter if I touch them, but I understand what you mean by should have them gloves on. No, absolutely. HMS, I definitely am a collector. And to be honest with you, all of my coins in my set aren't for me. They are mine, and they will be handed down, but they're going to go to one of my children, and it's the one that is the reason I started doing it, and that's my daughter. So for those that don't know why I started, I basically started collecting the coins in 50p's because Katie liked the Peter Rabbit, or one of the Peter Rabbit coins, and I started collecting those coins because Katie liked it. In actual fact, when we went to the Royal Mint, I bought a lovely money box. If people want to see it, let me know and I'll go quickly grab it. It's just literally to the side of me, and it's a Peter Rabbit. It cost £22, and with that I got my 5-10p's change from the Royal Mint, and I bought that especially for Katie to put some of the rarer coins in, because obviously we do our coin hunts every week, Katie and myself, and it's a bit of father and daughter time, a bit of quality time with my little girl. You know, I spend a bit of quality time with my son playing on his computer and his PlayStation. I don't really spend much time with Katie playing on computers. She doesn't like them, so all she's interested in is watching YouTube on her phone. So I started doing the coin collecting with Katie, just for a bit of father and son time. Katie's appeared in the camera a couple of times, and she will at some point be on the camera with me. It's just that I find it a bit awkward for young girls. I don't want to keep putting her face on the camera because you just don't know, unfortunately, who is watching. But I know now from Steve Fraser where to get myself a tripod, and we're going to do a couple of coin hunts at some point that I will be uploading to my channel, where you can actually see Katie and myself searching through the coins. They're not up there yet. I haven't done any, but I will be getting, I'd say, a tripod to do that. And we'll be looking out for all the rare coins. I've been quite lucky lately. I found quite a few Flopsy Bunnies and a few of the Peter Rabbits from 2018, which are, you know, both in the near the top 10 of the scarcity index now. Hi Javid, and speaking of coin collectors and coin finders, Javid was also a very, very lucky gentleman just recently, and he found a Kew Gardens in his coin hunt. We all keep mentioning it for you, mate. You know, we have to keep mentioning it because of the fact that it's such a hard thing to do. I know that a lot of the fellow YouTube coin collectors have been finding Kew, but it's still nice when you find it, mate. It's absolutely brilliant. And yet, totally agree, Coin World. It is important to get younger people interested in. It's a good hobby to have, absolutely. So, you know, it's absolutely brilliant. So I will mention that in a second. Actually, I'll do it now. Why not? So, people that don't know, obviously, the Gruffalo has been, the first 50 Gruffalos have been put in the circulation. There is a video on Ian's YouTube where he's putting them into a Coinster. So the actual receipt he got from the Coinster does has been put on eBay. I'm not sure what the current bid is. Last time I heard it was about £11. So if anybody does want the opportunity, there's a link that Chris Dyer has just put into the chat, and that will take you to the ephemera that you can possibly put a bid in to try and win. I think there's about 8 or 9 days left on that, but it's it's still 11 quid. Thanks HMS. So that's pretty much it. So as I say, in relation to why I started collecting, it was because of Katie, and it was a Peter Rabbit coins, etc. I actually I got a puddle duck off one of my friends at the post office just recently as well. So that's absolutely fine. I've got one of those now in my, in Katie's kitty as a spare that I'll probably be sending to Ian at some point. So as I say, in relation to that, I've also found a couple of Flopsy bunnies. I sent one out to one of the nice ladies that comes on this channel quite a bit. I won't mention her name, but I sent her one. If you're watching the stream, you'd know who that is anyway. I sent her one because she'd never got one in our change. So she has now got Flopsy. That's my Oliver walking past. I do apologise. Yes, Ollie, Flopsy Bunny. And Flopsy Bunny is also one of my Katie's favourite coins. So that's a nice coin to have. So what happened was I started the collections. I ended up getting myself all of them from 1969 onwards. Pardon you, Oliver. And then I also managed to get 2 more circulated coin collections. One was for my daughter and one was for my son. I've managed to find a Q in change. It took me ages to believe it was a Q. As I mentioned on my last stream when Javid was on then, the feeling when you find that Q is unbelievable. You don't know how to, it's weird. It's such a weird feeling. You're looking at the coin, you think to yourself, have I just found that? And then when you do realise it is one, you then look at it and you think, no, it can't be real. And then you double check it and triple check it and you realise it is real and you just can't speak. It's absolutely brilliant when you find one. So, Javid, I know exactly how you feel, mate. Brilliant feeling and well done. Unfortunately, I had to buy the other 2 to make sure, that I got the one for each set. It is kind of like finding a £100 note. You're quite right, HMS. Finding the Kew Gardens. I remember a story of one person finding one in their change at a supermarket, and someone realised what they found in the change and bought it off, and they're in them for £100 cash. You've had your queue since 2009, Coin World. Absolutely brilliant. So I've been quite fortunate. I found one and I've had to purchase 2. However, my friend, I've also got a friend, well, one of my closest friends that does coin collecting as well, and she still needs one. So I said to her, when I find my next one, if I find my next one, that she will have that. So at some point, I'm hoping that I'm as lucky as you, Javid, and I find another one to give to my friend. Because I'm not going to buy one at the kind of prices they are on eBay. Plus, I don't trust eBay myself personally. There's lots of people on that are very, very trustworthy. I've just been stung in the past and I don't like eBay. So I will only buy from people like Ian, Steve or Chris, that we kind of come in this stream and we know the names of, which I'm sure you can all understand. We all have our personal preferences to what we buy and who we buy from. I trust Ian. He's not going to sell me a dodgy one. I trust Steve. I know he's just had one and sold it to one of the viewers on here, and that obviously was a genuine one. So there is honest people that will sell them. I just certain people on eBay, again, I don't trust always getting the coins from there. But so we all have our own preferences. You're now excited for it next Thursday when you get your sack. I'm quite lucky when it comes to coin hunting. I get a bag on Monday from one bank. I also get some from my post office on Monday, so I get quite a lot to look for on a Monday. And then on a Thursday, I also get them from a different bank. So yeah, we do a few coin hunts. But I said I don't video any of them. Some days I only get 30 quid, some days I get 250 quid. There's been a few times I've got like 400 or 500 quid. So it does depend totally on what the bank has got in at the time and what the post office have got spare for me. It was a couple of weeks ago, the post office offered me 250 quid. I got hold of the pack, had a look at it and realised it was full of nothing but Paddington at St Paul's. So I kept one bag and basically paid the rest back into the bank. But you know, I've been quite lucky in that respect, that I do manage to get the coins off people, because a lot of people like that can't get the coins unless you're a business and have like a business. Luckily, I got two reasonable banks. They know me as the coin man, and they're quite happy to give me the coin. Plus, I say the lady at the post office, she's absolutely amazing. She gets any Olympic coins or any of the Peter Rabbit coins in her change, she'll keep them for me. So when I go in, she'll say, Scott, I've got these coins, do you want them? And I'll obviously take them off her. So what happened then was, she collects the A to Z 10p's, but she hasn't got a book, the lady at the post office. So I invested in a book from Ian's website and gave her the book for a 2018, which is also still available on Ian's website. Last time I checked, 2018 coin album, an empty one. So I gave her that with a mystery letter that you also get for £15 on Ian's website, and she was more than happy with that. So you know, she's great in relation to that. So I can't. So let's just say, never found one. If I did, you would give it to your friend who collects coins as well. He doesn't do videos, but his collection is amazing. Draw for a lot of shops. His father and grandfather were also a collector. Yeah, no. So there's lots of us collectors out there. You know, there's a couple on here, as you know, that actually sell the coins, like Steve and Chris. Obviously, mainly Ian is the gentleman who is the owner of the Great British Coin Hunt. So obviously, I promote Ian all the time because of the fact that you know, Ian is the guy that I would trust in a heartbeat with any coin. I know he's going to sell me a genuine one. I was quite when the 92-93 coin that Ian had in the jeweled 850p was sold out. I had my eye on that, and I should have got it when I had the chance, but I didn't. I've actually got two of them. I've been quite lucky, but I wanted the third one because obviously I've got, say, two circulated books for my two kids, and then my collection. My collection eventually goes to obviously Sue, which is my wife, and then Katie will eventually get it. But there's a lot more coins in my collection now than just the UK ones. I've got some of the Isle of Man, which I showed off in the last video. Some from all over the place, territories coins. So Lighty, hi Lighty, didn't realise you're on, mate. So Warren is on after me, and I've already plugged, well, I've mentioned again about your lovely charity thing where you will go around the mint in drag if you can raise £250. Coin World UK, very, very nice speaking to you. Take care, mate, and hopefully see you again. Very nice. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Ian's channel. You probably had done, to be honest. I've seen your name before, but it's nice to speak to you again anyway. So Lighty's just confirmed that his local post office has stopped doing coins in the display case. He's gutted. Yeah, so I'm quite lucky, Lighty. I've got one lady at one post office that looks out for me, and we've got another post office which has been Sue's grew up with, so we're quite lucky in that one. He was watching, but in a conference call with our American friends. Oh, that's cool. Some of the American CJs and mods are on before, and I was having a chat with them. I think they did brilliant last night from what I saw. Absolutely amazing. And some of the technology and things they've got, we definitely need to learn from. I mean, I'll be showing off a couple of my coins, like the Blue Peter one. That one. Ooh. See, I can't even get it now on camera. 2009. And I would love to show people the coin or the IRB and the JC underneath the Battle of Britain's head zoomed in, but unfortunately I haven't got the technology that they've got in America, so surely they'll point us in the right direction of how to get some of those. So Javid's just saying he's still trying to get a deal from his post office, but this Thursday he's getting a Snowman 2018 and Offside Olympic album, so that will make his first two albums complete. Fantastic. Javid, out of curiosity, because obviously I've got my own albums, I don't use the actual raw ones. The only mint we actually had was an Olympic one, and I filled it and I sent it to one of our CJs. I nearly said their name. I'm glad I didn't do it. I sent it to one of the CJs because it was my fourth one and I didn't need a fourth set. So I liked the person and I sent it to them. But that was the only one I had. But out of curiosity, if you've got because I've never been interested in buying them, do they have because the Olympic one had the picture of the coins, So, out of curiosity, in the latest Royal Mint album book, do they have a picture of the snowman itself from 2018 for a coin slot? And also, do they have like the Peter Rabbit and all the other coins that they're not going to be putting into circulation? Because if they do, that's the thing that does unfortunately wind me up a little bit, like they did with poor My Family Collects grandma, who've been collecting the £2 coins, and she had lots of spaces missing because they never released those coins. So just for my interest, if you do get a book, let me know if the snowman picture should be in there, because if it is, they've done another naughty trick there, because that was never released into circulation. And they're so hard to get, the snowman now, because obviously the price has gone up from the £4.50 or £3.99 it was back then to about 12 or 15 quid. So it would be interested to know, Javid, if you wouldn't mind at some point, let me know, mate. That'd be oh, they do have pictures. See, that's a bit naughty, that, because they were never put in circulation. So if you can boost, I don't know, tens of thousands of those books, was there tens of thousands of the snowman coin released? I don't know. I couldn't find a mintage figure for them at all on the internet. It's one of those coins I've had to put as unknown. So it's a bit worrying, that, really, if they put that coin in a book and said there's 100,000 books out there and there wasn't 100,000 of that coin released. It is a bit worrying. How is everyone going to fill that book? It's no wonder the price of that coin is going to rocket, which is good for people that have got the coin, but anyone that needs to buy it, it's going to be in like queue again, isn't it, where it's so hard to get and everyone pays a fortune for it. So you know, if you got lucky enough to get the 2018 snowman, great. That just brings in mind then to get the 2019 one that's just been released this year. Sorry, let me just have a quick read. Over updated inserts you can print and use if anyone wants them. Okay, so Lighty's basically saying he's got updated inserts that you can use if anyone wants them. I think, are those the inserts for the coin book like I've got, mate? And Warren's just sent me an email. Let's have a look. Is it an email or a message? I haven't got a message, I don't think. Oh, you mean it's in the stream? Okay. I'll have to have a catch of it after, I'm afraid. Morning replied. Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, you can use them from an album. Cool. I'll have to have a read of what Warren's message was. I haven't had an email as such. I've only had the normal WhatsApp chats, but obviously I don't tend to look at those when I'm streaming, so I'll have to have a catch up in a bit. Warren, I do apologise. If it's anything urgent, just send me a message yourself rather than the actual group, and obviously I'll know then to read it because it comes from you rather than the actual Great British Coin Hunt group. Sorry about that, anyone that is watching in the background. So yeah, as I say, there's lots of coins out there that, you know, are definitely worth. It's a bit annoying when they put these. Oh right, okay, cool, not a problem. Thanks very much, mate. So yeah, Javid, it's just a bit annoying when you see these books released and these coins that haven't been released are in that book. You know, what's going to happen next year when the 2019 ones get put in that book? And as we know, there's been absolutely tons of NIFC coins released this year. The 50 years of 50p, there was 10 of them. Plus then there was the so-called 50 years 50p, which was just a Britannia revamped with a silly symbol on it. That's my opinion, of course. Other people might not have the same opinion. Then you've got your Wallace and Gromit, your Snowman, all of those coins that are not yet, the Stephen Hawking, sorry, you know, and Gruffalo, both of the Gruffalos, all those coins have not been put in circulation. So if they're in that book, it's a bit naughty, really. You were shocked about that, and the hardest one for me was the Snowman 18 instead of Kew Gardens. Yeah, no, I as I say, mate, totally get it. You know, when Ian first put the Peter Rabbit in circulation, there's a video, the original videos, and it shows My Family Collects. Some of you may know him as Dean. He's got a video up that shows his grandma was looking for the £2 coins, and she couldn't find them for the life of her. She couldn't find them in change or anything, and it's because they were never released. But yet they had the pictures for them in the book, and that, you know, if you've got young kids out there, they're not going to understand why they can't fill the book. I just think the books are a bit of a con. I'm quite happy with my folders. But if you get pictures and you see these coins, you're going to want them. So it's going to be very hard to find them, and it's just very, very naughty, to say my opinion. And some of the ones like the snowman that we don't even know the mintage of, which means they're very, very low mintage, are going to be very, very hard to come by, or expensive to come by. I was lucky, I got 3 at $3.99 when they first come out last year, and then they put the price up to $4.50, and then of course they've sold out, and now they're about 12-15 quid just for a normal one on eBay. And the one that's actually in the Royal Mint packaging, you're looking £20 average for those. So it's quite dear, the snowman. So anybody that hasn't got a 2019 snowman, I would strongly suggest getting one as quick as possible. Saying that, I say as quick as possible. I've still had mine on order since Tuesday and it hasn't turned up yet. I'm hoping I get my 4 tomorrow. I know you're going to say 4, why 4? But I've mentioned already, I'll get one for me, one for Ollie, my son, one for Katie, my daughter, and then one for my mate Shell. And the reason I do it that way is because the postage is $2.99 from Westminster Collects, where I get them from, and it's the easiest way of making the postage cheaper. Andrew O'Neill Black Cloud Mining. Hello. I'll just call you Andrew. I think it'll be easier. But hello to all, and hello Andrew. So yeah, as I say, very naughty, but I would strongly suggest people haven't got a 2019 snowman, get it as quick as possible. That's pretty cool. You've had an email regarding some new releases. So this is Lighty, or Warren, as you may know when he streams on here. So Warren, I'll read yours in a moment. Judith, thank goodness. I was panicking because I know, for example, Chris Dyer, one of the moderators on here, he ordered his and got it pretty much like the next day or the day after. I literally ordered mine at 9:05 on Tuesday when they come out in the morning, and I still haven't received it. So I was getting a little bit anxious about it. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that hasn't received it. Hopefully both of ours will turn up tomorrow, and I'll be in the stream at some point tomorrow, and I'll be going, I got mine, Judith, did you get yours? So hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, ours will turn up tomorrow. So Lighty has just confirmed he's had an email regarding some new releases. Queen the Band, £2 coin. 50p dinosaurs. Just not had a chance to check this at present. Queen the Band have been pretty cool one. I do like Queen. They've been obviously overly hyped just recently because of the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, which I must admit was a pretty cool movie. It made me straight away once I watched the actual live Band-Aid footage on YouTube, and I got to admit they were so spot on with the film. I think the actual Queen film was brilliant, so the Queen coin will be quite good to get. One of my mates, Pete, would like that as well because he's a big Queen fan. 50p dinosaurs. I suppose that's for the kids market. I can kind of get that, but again, if they're not going to release them into circulation, what kid's going to be able to get it? Again, if it is just for kids, if it is aimed for kids and it's not released into circulation, that's a little bit naughty as well, in my opinion. So I'm hoping the Royal Mint may release, if there is dinosaurs, into circulation for kids to be able to get them. And you know, they might do another set like the Olympics, where there's like 29 of them or something. That'd be quite nice. And put those into circulation. That'd be lovely if they did that, but who knows? So Andrew's just confirmed his next coin purchase will be on the 14th, 2019. It doesn't say when, but and it's an American Silver Eagle. So I take it that Andrew's one of our friends from over in the US. In that case, hi Andrew. We've got a special stream that's going to be happening on the 23rd of this month by one of our CJ's hosts, John Gamble, and it is mainly going to be for American coins. I don't know too much about the American coins. I watched a bit last night and I had my eyes opened. Some of the coins looked stunning. I really liked the one with Abraham Lincoln on it. I couldn't tell you what the coin was because I don't know anything about the currency. The lovely gentleman tried to explain the currency, but I really didn't sink in. I'm used to obviously pounds, pence, and etc. And I was totally lost. I'm sure at some point I'll have a chat with the guys from the American stream and understand a bit more about them. I'm led to believe some of the state quarters are absolutely amazing coins. and if that is the case, I'd be more than happy to have a look at some of those. 5 delivered from the ramen on Thursday. HMS has got 5 delivered from the ramen on Thursday. I'm presuming that's a snowman. Light is also saying you can get the snowman from UK Coin Hunt. Very fast delivery and customer service, or good customer service. So UK Coin Hunt's also the guy that sells the coin books. So if you need a coin album, I think he sells them for about £4. There's 95 slots in them that hold the 10p's, 50p's or £2 coins. So if you are interested in looking for a new coin album, UK Coin Hunt is possibly the guy to go. Hi Jack, nice to see you, mate. I spoke to you a little bit earlier on one of the streams when I was preparing my coin list for tonight. Disney, how you doing? Hope you're okay. So yeah, as I say, there's definitely some out there. Let me just have a quick look what Judy's wrote. This is an email from Westminster. We are pleased to confirm that they're due to dispatch on the 11th of the 11th, and should normally arrive in 3 working days of that date. I had a similar email. I received mine on, I think it was Thursday, saying they're going to be sent on the Friday. I still haven't received them as of yet, but if it says 3 working days notice, then quite possibly I'll get them soon enough. I think my next stream, I am streaming Tuesday. However, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but my daughter's doing a school play, so I'm going to be starting a little bit later myself on Tuesday. I normally do from 8 till 12, as people that are my regulars know, on a Tuesday and a Thursday. I may even also be starting doing some Sundays from 8 until 10 like tonight. But this Tuesday, unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to do from 10 o'clock because my little girl's in a school play. So fortunately, she takes priority. You only have a little bit of family time, as I say, and they grow up so quick, as you can all vouch for. So I'm going to be missing a couple of hours of that stream, and somebody will be covering for me. So I know I mentioned it to Warren earlier, who sorts out the shifts, but just in case people do tune in to see me at 8 o'clock, I will be in at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, not the actual normal shift. So you've all seen some of my coins. I've mentioned 4 Battle of Britain coins. I've mentioned about the Blue Peter Olympics coin. I've showed those all on the screen. Please have a look at the stream that's been put on via Change Checker. It is interesting. You will see them. I know I mentioned it one of the first on the chats. Hello again, Metal Detecting. So yeah, please have a look at theirs. It's very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Disney. So yeah, as I say, I've showed off those coins. If anyone wants me to re-show those coins or re-explain the difference between Battle of Britain coins, because there is 4 of them that you can't actually get 4. There's 3 that are proper 50p's, and there's one that's a silver 50p. I haven't got the silver one. I don't collect silver coins, but I can tell you the differences for those coins if people are interested. Although if you watched the stream from earlier, they're there. Okay, so Lighty's just confirmed that he can exclusively reveal Tuesday, Thursday, Sat from midnight, and Saturday it's from 9 o'clock. We have streams from our friends across the pond in the US. As I say, if anyone didn't watch it last night, I know it's very late. It was on. It was midnight. In actual fact, I watched it, a bit of it. I watched a couple of hours of it, and it was only because, unfortunately for poor Lighty, I fell asleep while he was streaming. Sorry, mate. You know I love your streams, but I was shattered, and I fell asleep watching a bit of Lighty's, and because of that, I got a second wind, as it may be, and then I watched a couple of hours of the stream from America, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Some of the technology they've got there, we're hoping to do that. They were splitting the stream, having 2 CJs on. They were enlarging on the coin, so you could actually see the minute detail of the coin. Absolutely brilliant. So we're going to obviously be learning from our friends across the pond, and hopefully we will use some of that technology ourselves. You know, it is an evolving channel, and you know we're hoping you know that it is, we'll have some of the technology they've got, because it was fantastic. And there's for those that don't know, the gents in America, it's mainly for people over the age of 18, because they occasionally may let it slip some different language or colourful language, as it may be. They don't mean to. It's just that the way that they stream over in the US. And to be fair, the gent that was doing it, respect to him, he had a little coin pot for his swear kitty, and he was collecting coins if he swore. And respect to him, because it must be very, very hard if you're doing a stream. Unlike us guys in the UK that are, try and be as politically correct as possible. We don't swear before the water share, which I can now do if I did choose to, but I wouldn't because it's gone 9 o'clock. We kind of avoid that, but it must be very difficult for people, in the US that are used to being able to swear, etc. And having to not do it's pretty difficult. And so respect to the guy for trying, and he definitely will keep trying. I know he will. So absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm not sure what that is to run and tandem alongside each other. All right, okay. They're free to speak. Oh, okay. So apparently, according to Javid, they speak 3 language. USA. It was good to watch. Okay. HMS Belfast has put, I bought a 50p the other day. It was in a nice box called A Piece of History. Do you know what this 50p is? Silver? No, I don't unfortunately know too much about silvers. If you tell me what the 50p was, I might have the normal version of the 50p, but as in the silver ones, I don't know. I'm no good at silver-proof 50p's because I've never had them. You love your scope. So I guess, Andrew, you've got one of those scopes then that magnifies the coin so people can see the back of it. Lighty's just put, trust me, I've got out of a Facebook FaceTime with Butch and confrontational, non-conventional, isn't that his name? As they are worse of YouTube. Lots of letters. Okay, that's fine. Disney has put, can't imagine me swearing, Scott. Not on the camera, no. Occasionally, it's mainly when I'm driving, to be honest. And you get, as you all know, in the UK, we get idiot drivers that cut you up or do silly things, and unfortunately I may say the odd choice word at that point. Pat is one of our UK mods. He's obviously put a comment on there. It's 18s and older. We don't have very good mail filters. Yeah, I was just mentioning that, mate. It's fine. We are starting your streams from 12 o'clock in the UK, 9 o'clock on, I think Warren just said Saturdays, so the watershed's not. So if you do put the odd occasional one in there, mate, then I'm sure, but we try and avoid them here in the UK. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Light is just again confirming how awesome it was last night with you guys in the US, and it was very, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. HMS Belfast, I'm not sure what that is. It was a cycling Olympics. You paid £50, but it looks silver. Sorry, 4.50. I don't know. I've got an Olympic cycling coin if people want to see it. It's in my folder behind me. I do like the Olympic coins. Couldn't tell you my favourite Olympic coin though. There's a few that I like, but there's also a few that I don't like. I don't really like the canoeing one. I look at me talking about coins I don't like rather than the coins I do. The canoeing one, I don't really get it. It just looks like, I know it's supposed to be a canoe in waves and things. I just don't like it. Then you've got some of the other ones that are quite nice. The archery looks a bit plain. The rowing looks a bit plain. But they're all obviously coins to have in your collection if you haven't got them. I shouldn't really be moaning about the coins. But my worst coin, the coin I don't like at all, and it's not an Olympic one, and that's the Benjamin Britten. I just think it's a very plain coin. Whereas lots of other ones that are really, really nice out there, like the Isaac Newton or indeed Q, etc. So let's have a quick look again. Yeah, there's lots of people joining us from over in the US tonight. So hello to all. There's, as I mentioned, Disney a moment ago. Disney's on quite a lot. Disney Princess. She is pretty cool as well. Speaks to a lot of us. Quite like Disney. There's a lot of people on here that come on quite a lot, and I'd like to give them all shout outs. you know, I think Jack's on here again. He's pretty cool as well. So all these people, and Kim, of course. Hi, Kim. You know, all you guys that come on regularly and visit us, it's very nice. Disney's saying she likes the sailing coin. She thinks it's cool. Yeah, the sailing coin is quite nice. It's got those funny lines on it, hasn't it? The sailing one is not my favourite. The Olympic one that's my favourite, I can't think of one that I think is overly amazing. I really can't. I know they're all nice coins, and say some of them are better than others, but I couldn't tell you which one my favourite one is. I really couldn't. So I know what my favourite coin overall is. It's the D-Day 50p. That's my favourite 50p. Released in '94 as a big one, and then released again this year as a first time in a small one. And again, I think that coin is going to be, you know, quite a rare one. So I do like those two particular coins. But as to my favourite Olympic, I don't know. But anyway, while we're on this chat, if there's any people's favourite coins, let me know what they are. Our guys from the US, let me know what coins I need to look out for when we're over in the UK. So when you're next streaming on our channels, for example, the one that I'd be possibly interested in, some of the state quarters that John was showing. Some of those look quite nice. I believe you've got commemorative state quarters. So are there any that's got like a really stunning picture or stunning design on them? Let us know what those are. That'd be quite interesting to find out. I saw one of the coins you were showing last night, a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it. I thought that was pretty cool, but that could just be a normal coin because I don't know anything to say about US currency. I know you tried to explain it yesterday, but unfortunately I still don't understand it. I know it's similar to, you got cents and you got dimes and you got quarters and you got dollars. Obviously we have pence, 50p, you know, 1p, 2p, 5p, 10p, 50p, pound, £2, and then notes. I don't know too much about the American money. I saw some of the coins. Some of them are very nice. I definitely will be tuning in when John's got his American Day on the 23rd. And obviously I'll be trying to catch as much of your guys as possible as well. But because it's obviously late at night, I might fall asleep. So I do apologise if I do. It's no offence to anyone. It's just I unfortunately do like a little bit of sleep occasionally. I know Lighty, on the other hand, doesn't sleep that much for some reason. He's always up, either watching or in the background of our chats. The guy deserves a medal, to be totally honest with you. So, you know, hats off to Lighty. And also, I can't forget the other two mods that are on, you know, quite a lot of the time. And I mention them all the time because I can't speak highly enough of them. And that's Lorna and Chris. And obviously, whenever I'm on, my Sue is in the background as well. The reason that we have moderators, if people don't know, is unfortunately you do get the odd one or two undesirable people that put comments on, and I don't always catch it because, as you can see, I get lost in, start waffling at you. I don't catch the comments that come down the side, and unfortunately we do have idiots, is the nicest way of putting it, to put comments on. So it's always good to have a moderator there. State park quarters are cool. Yeah, I've seen a few of them because John was showing some off. I'd love to see some more, so I definitely will be watching. So possibly a thing for you guys in the US, if you show us some of your quarters when, you know, we're doing your next kind of stream, that'd be interesting. Again, I'm going to need someone to explain how the currency works because I'm a bit lost with that, but I'm sure you will, you know, point me in the right direction at some point. If you miss the USA streams, they're all going to be loaded onto the channel to watch later. Absolutely. There is a stream from last night on the channel, but I'm led to believe it was about 17 hours. Yeah, I missed your comment, did I? Sorry, Disney. Your favourite coins are the Falkland Islands. Yeah, I've got the penguins. You've got a 5p in change and bought the rest from Ian. All have animals on them. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, Disney, I didn't mean to miss your comment. I've only got one load of coins from the Falkland Islands, and they're the penguins. And I actually got those from, would you believe, UK Coin Hunt, who has been mentioned by Lighty. Now, Ian, at the moment, hasn't got the penguin coins, if anybody is interested in them. I know Mr. Fraser's got them. I can't tell you how much he's selling the set for. I think someone said earlier it's around about £29 or something. But they are very nice coins to get. And also UK Coin Hunt, I think he's still got some in stock as well. So if you're interested in penguin coins, check out those two guys. Ian had them, but unfortunately sold out, and I'm sure hopefully he'll get them again. But for now, as I say, if you do interested in penguin coins or some of the coins that Ian doesn't stock, please check out those other two gentlemen's websites. I'm sure that Lighty can possibly pop a link on for Steve Fraser, Dragon Lord, and UK Coin Hunt again. I'm not sure if Chris himself, Chris Dyer, has got them. He may have as well. I don't know. I can't remember what Chris has got and what he hasn't, to be honest. But as I say, if Ian hasn't got them, then mention it in the streams. And if we know the other CJs or other people that we use have got them, then obviously we'll point you in their direction. At the end of the day, you know, the whole point of the channel is to be a family. It's not just about the Great British Coin Hunt. Ian's the gent that, you know, that's made the stream and is the main host. It used to be the main host of the stream. He is taking a bit of break from YouTube at the moment to concentrate on his business. And you know, it's pretty cool in relation to how he's quite happy for us to mention obviously other people if they have got coins in stock that he hasn't. So because we class it as a family or a community, so it's nice that, you know, if anybody does need these coins and you don't know where to get them from, then get them from those guys as well. The good thing about Chris's, that's ukcoinseller.co.uk, that Lighty just put on, is he will actually give you a 10% discount on his coins if you mention TGBCH, the Great British Coin Hunt. So if you mention initials as a discount, he'll give you 10% off. So that's also worth bearing in mind as well. So whilst you guys are on, is there any coins or anything? But I mainly do 50p's. So if there's any 50p's you haven't seen or you'd like to have a look at, let me know and I can more than happily grab my folder and show you them. If anyone wants me to explain again the 4 Battle of Britain coins, I'll more than happily do that. Or indeed the rarer ones. I did list the top 10 rare coins against the Change Checker Scarcity Index. I'm not sure how Change Checker do their scarcity index, to be honest. They missed off some of the rarer coins. For example, the 92, 93 dual date's not there. I can only assume it's because it's a big date that was pre-97 when the new 50p has come out. They also don't mention the 1985 Britannia, which is technically the 3rd lowest minted coin. But again, that's because that was pre-97. So I'm not sure, you know, how they got their list. The one that is top is Kew Gardens, and in my opinion that should be second. But again, you know, I don't know too much about how they work their scarcity index out. I just couldn't work out, for example, why 2 coins with the same mintage, which is the Peter Rabbit 18 and Flopsy Bunny 18, both 1.4 million, how those the same mintage figures ended up being one was at 40 and one was at 37 on the scarcity index. Doesn't make sense to me how they've done that. So if someone can explain it to me, absolutely brilliant. Until then, I just think it's not right, and I know that mine is accurate on the figures that I've obtained, so it's a bit worrying. But anyway, what can I say? So Disney has just put on that she has an RAF Lightning. Have you got the others helicopter? I think Disney, I haven't actually got any £2 coins, apart from, I say any, I've got one from the latest ones that were re-released, and I've got 2 from 1989. I've got a claim and a bill of rights from 1989. I haven't got any of the new ones until I got a winning raffle from Ian, and I got a a Shakespeare dagger. So that's the only £2 coin that I personally possess. I was tempted to start collecting them, but then I know what I'm like. I'd want them all, and I wouldn't just want them all looking one way. I'd want the upside down, the proper way. It would just cost me a fortune. So I've decided to avoid the £2 coins. So Inspector Gadget 2004's put, hello Scott, you look inspired 2009 Olympics at Blue Peter. If you know of any reasonable price specimen, unfortunately, no. There's very few of them out there. There was literally only 19,000 of them out there. The only place you're probably going to pick one of those up from is eBay. The only thing I can say to you though is just get the person to take pictures of it. You'll know if they're copied pictures from somebody. You can ask them to date stamp it. If anyone's desperately wanting to sell that coin and is selling that coin, you'll be able to tell from the pictures that they've uploaded to you that they're genuine or not genuine. That is the only way you're going to be able to get the 2009 Olympic athletics Blue Peter coin. Is off eBay, I'm afraid, and because there's not many of them out there, and they are quite expensive to get. So good luck if you find one. But yeah, the only way to get it, unfortunately, will probably be eBay. I don't know of anyone that's selling one. I apologise. Okay, so Andrew's put on, you've got a lot of coins from across the puddles and you love your foreign collection. That's brilliant. Bear in mind, Ian does sell US coins as well as obviously the UK ones, so anyone that is over in America wants to have a look at Ian's website. He does also sell the American coins, so please bear that in mind as well. Disney, Disney, there you go. Chris has just confirmed there's a raffle Disney, which you've just read, I can see now further down. So absolutely brilliant. HMS Belfast confirmed they probably made more packaged 2018 Peter Rabbits. Quite possibly. We know what they did with Puddle Duck, so I don't know is the honest answer. But in actual fact, Flopsy Bunny is the one that is higher on the scarcity index, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was more Peter Rabbits floating about, and that's why it's lower down their scarcity index. They may have insider information that I certainly haven't got. Obviously, I'm not associated with the mint, I just look at the mintage figures. So absolutely. So the mint was sold out of packaged Flopsy ages ago, and they still have the rabbits. Okay, fair enough. So it looks like the rabbit possibly is easier to get a hold of than Flopsy. Not sure why, they've got the same mintage figures. But unless you say they've probably printed more of the other one than they have the other, not sure why. So Chris Dyer, so that's the auctions. Okay, fair enough. Okay, and then Disney's put something on there. In actual fact, while you mentioned the auctions, Ian, not auctions, sorry, raffles. Ian does have raffles available on his website. I've personally been getting a few of the raffle tickets over the last couple of days, and I've only gone for one, and I've got a few tickets for it. I won't say how many tickets I've got for it, and that's the Gruffalo with the COA. I've been after that one. I've got 6 Gruffalos, or 5 Gruffalos myself, but I wanted it for somebody else. So I'm trying to win that one as well. You never know, I might do. But yeah, I do believe that the RAF Lightning is also one that is up for raffle. I think the £2 coins in the raffle is only like £1.75 a ticket. I can't remember how many tickets there are available, but it might just be worth that, Disney. You might have a little bit of luck, get yourself a raffle ticket. It might be that one that comes out. It's done as a random generator, as you know. So if you get yourself a ticket for £1.75, then good luck. Hopefully you'll get one of those. But I say, unfortunately, I don't do £2 coins, so I don't know too much about them. There's only 30 tickets. So I know I've mentioned it already today. We are doing a Royal Mint tour on the 25th of January. For anybody that fancies coming along and meeting some of the CJs, obviously meeting Ian, the main guy, and Warren, who's been obviously the main person that deals with the YouTube. So if anyone fancies coming along meeting us, then feel free to meet us. There will be the tour itself. We're going on a 1 o'clock tour. What's that, 41? So your age? My age? I don't know what you're saying, so sorry, the wife just puts a comment on it, springs out to mine straight away because obviously I see her name first. So yeah, as I said, you're going to the Royal Mint on that particular day, and we're on the 1 o'clock tour around the Mint. Yeah, I know I'm 41. Thanks, so thanks for telling the world. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to the Royal Mint, and that's what we're going to be doing. You also get a strike your own coin. I think the tour itself is like £13. It's a very interesting tour. It's a very good tour. It's like tells you how many coins they strike and for which countries they strike the coins for. And there's so many billion that are produced a year by the Royal Mint. So there's quite a few out there. 4 days after Lighty's birthday, and we go, it's just before Disney's. Just reminding people, laugh out loud. So I keep reminding people that you're going to go and drag if we get to £250 via admin for your charity Mind. So I've just plugged it again. So if anybody does want to go, for Warren to go around the Mint in drag, please sponsor him. It's for a brilliant charity Mind, and you make your donations through the admin part of Ian's website, the Great British Coin Hunt. But please put in the title or in the comments that it is for Warren's Mint tour. Also, Ian has kindly said that if we get to the £250, that he will add 25% extra. So we're trying to get Lighty to go around as a lady. What will be interesting is the two people that are going to be doing his makeup and dress and things. So I want to say God help him, I'm going to have to be honest, is Hannah and Lou. Not so much Hannah. I think Hannah's more sensible, but Lou, by the looks of it, can be a bit of a character. So I'm sure Lou will be getting dressed up as all kinds of ladies' clothes. That'd be quite funny, and it will be videoed and posted online if it happens. But we're not going to do it unless he gets 250 in sponsors. So Disney, how much are you up to? That's a very good question, Warren. How much is it up to? Because I don't know myself. That'd be quite interesting. So anyway, as I was saying, the Strike Your Own you can get on the tour. The tour itself is £13, and the Strike Your Own is £6.90, I think it was. I'm going to personally try and go around the tour twice. You can only go once per day. I don't know if anyone made anybody aware of that. So if you go on a Saturday, for example, you want to go around it twice on a Saturday, you can't. You can only go once per day. So I'm going to go down early Friday morning, go around on the Friday, and go around on the Saturday. The Saturday I've already booked. I'll just turn up whatever time it is on the Saturday. I'm hoping that it's a 50p as you Strike Your Own. But you never know what the coin's going to be. I think Lighty was kind of hinting it might be something different. He kind of had an idea, but we don't. No one actually knows. The Strike Your Owns have so far been £2 coins. I think there's been a £5 coin, and there's been lots of 50p's. Yes, you do pay for a Strike Your Own when you get there. So when you actually go to check in, because you have to check in for your time when you arrive, you check in a few minutes early. And when you check in, they ask, do you want to buy a Strike Your Own? And you have to get it. Say yes, and you get your Strike Your Own from them when you actually go around the Mint. But you're only allowed one, each time you go around, and so you can only go around once per day. So I'm hoping to go around twice. Now, as I say, if it's a 50p, I'm keeping my 50p's. I collect the 50p's. You have heard I'm unofficially can't say much, but everyone will love it. Can you let me know it's a 50p? That's all I'm interested in. Can you say 50p, or can you not even say it's a 50p, Warren? Even private message me. I don't mind. I just want to know if it's a 50p. If it's a £5 coin, fair enough. I'm not really bothered. If it's £2, I'm not bothered again. But if it's a 50p, I will be. Anyway, you probably can't tell me you've been sworn to secrecy. I get that. So if it is a £2 coin or a £5 coin, I won't be keeping mine. I've already made a promise to, one person here, but there is a reason I want 2 of the coins. So if it is a 50p, I'll be keeping them. I've said that outright. However, it's not a 50p. I'm not going to be interested. And the 2 Strike Your Owns that I'm going to try and get going to people, one I've mentioned, I won't say it again, and the other one will be the other person that does exactly the same thing. Let's say it will be huge stock to everyone. A huge shock, sorry, to everyone. Okay. I'm now hoping it's a coin. It's the Great British Coin Hunt on it. That'll be awesome. That would be a huge shock. That'll be advertisement that you wouldn't believe. I can't see that happening, but yeah, so say I'm hoping it's a 50p because I like 50p's. However, I'm guessing Chris and possibly Lorna are now hoping it's not a 50p, but we shall see. Don't worry, that's fine. If I'm sworn to secrecy though, I just want to know it's a 50p. Why aren't I collecting £2 coins, Sue? Because it would take forever to start. There's so many that I'll have to buy from the mint because they haven't released them in circulation, and I'm just not gonna bother, to be totally honest with you. Not interested in them. I just want the 50p's. Just 50p's. That's all I want. 50p. I like the 50p. I like the designs on the 50p. There's probably like designs on a £2 coin, but I only want the 50p. Is that Katie?
Yeah.
Hey, love. Sorry, Katie just walked past. Yeah, you've probably just seen her on the screen now. So yeah, as I say, I'm quite interested to find out what it is. Warren's been sworn to secrecy and he won't tell me. Mean. It does cost a lot to save £2 coins. You're quite right, Disney. I mean, you think about it. There's 40 of them. I don't even know how many commemorative £2 coins there are. But say there's 40 of them. That's 80 quid. I know I was searching through one. Yeah, I was. I'll show you now what I was doing this afternoon at the in-laws. I've got a tub here full of 1 and 2p's. So I was sorting these out earlier on. I've got 4 bags of them, and I'm going to be doing more. And the reason I'm doing that is because obviously Ian does his 1 and 2p auctions on a first of the month. So I've been sorting mine out. I've separated all the ones that are non-magnetic because they're the ones you can use in the auction, and the ones that are magnetic, I'm paying back to the bank. Well, actually, I'm leaving them at the in-laws because they were theirs that I was sorting out, but we'll keep that between us. So yeah, I getting my 1 and 2p stash ready for the next 1 and 2p auction on the first of the month. I'm not sure what the auction is going to be for, but yeah, I definitely have started getting my own little stockpile of 1 and 2p's for the next one. I've only got a couple of hundred there, but you never know. It's amazing how many coins you go through of the 1 and 2p's, and your fingers all horrible with copper coins, but I'm going through them, and you know, what can I say? That's pretty much that. I've been going through those all day. I cannot say, but to come from the Royal Mint, and it would be incredible, as all I'll say, no one will be disappointed. Okay? I will be if it's not a 50p. Unless they're going to give all of the coins out, and you can pick your own, strike your own, in which case that'll be brilliant. Okay. I think Disney is not going to give it up, mate. It's just not going to give it up. So we have to kind of give up on Lighty giving us what coin it is. So yeah. So if anyone just to remind people, the first of each month, Ian does a 1 and 2p auction. He looks to get as coins in the auction. He does coin auctions where he auctions off he auctions off his stock, some coins and things for 1 and 2p coins. The 1 and 2p coins that he auctions off, yeah, lightweight. You sent 3,965, Chris. I know, mate, but I've only done the one load. I'm going to the bank again tomorrow, and I'm going to get a few more, and I'm going to try and find them. But it's just that I noticed in the actual the packs there was so many different ones that were magnetic. And there was hundreds of them that were magnetic, and then I could only find this 200 odd that weren't. And the amount I searched for was ridiculous. But I actually did find quite a few of the 2008 Portcullis, which was the low mintage. Shout out for CJ Badgeman. He has no idea of one coin for another. We'll be doing some collecting for novices. Say hello to Stuart. Breaking news. Hi, Stuart. Hello, Stuart. Thanks so much for the. I'm not sure if it's actually Stuart or Ian that's put that donation in, but thank you very much. So, as I say, yeah, there's definitely a 1 and 2p's that are going to be happening at some point shortly, or the first of the month. Apparently, Warren's got contacts in high places. CJ Badgman, welcome on board. I'm presuming, well, obviously I don't know your real name, but I'm presuming that's your CJ name is going to be Badgman. So if you're across, is that another gentleman from America, Ian? Do we know? But hello, Stuart. Oh, it's Stuart, obviously. Is it Stuart Badgman? But pleased to meet you. Welcome on board if you are joining the team, and I'm guessing you're from America. So absolutely brilliant. Which have 1 and 2p machines. Do you know what? HMS Belfast? No, I haven't. Hiya, Fran. Yeah. You mentioned those 1 and 2p machines. If I had those 1 and 2p machines near me, mate, and so does Sue, that tipping point machine, and they do it to get these silly little toys out of them, but they shove and shove and shove pounds worth of 2p's in. But yes, you're quite right, there'll be hundreds of them if we could get them from there, but I wouldn't have them for very long because Sue and the kids would spend them, unfortunately. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So as I say, Lighty won't tell us what the strike zone is going to be. He's been sworn to secrecy. We are going to the Mint on the 24th and the 25th. The 25th is when most people are going there. Hi Charlene, I have seen you. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. If anyone does want to come down and meet us, I know you love those machines, so yeah, he will type as me now, not American. Oh, he's a creative writing teacher. Okay, hello Stu, the creative writing teacher. Pleased to meet you. So is that Fran or Ian type? I know Fran's in there. Pass. Okay, so I say what we're trying to do is get Warren to get his £250 charity to get him to go around as a lady in the Royal Mint tour. There was one that come up yesterday, Warren. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was in the American chat. So I know, actually I can remember what it was, but I'm not going to say it. It's the one where Ian said he would do something, but I can't remember what it was for. Something about leather and see-through pants or something. I can't remember what it was. But I know that Ian said he'd do that if something happened, but I can't remember what it was, mate. So you might have to enlighten us and put it in the thing so I can read it out. If Ian knows what it was and he's happy to say it again on air, then fair enough. But I can't remember what it was he said. 10k subs, that was it. Ian will, yes, that was it. Okay, so there's a few things that we're looking for. There's going to be a 4k sub at some point. When we get to 4,000 subs, of course. There's going to be some sort of auction or giveaway at that point. When we get to 5k, which Ian predicts is going to be before the end of this month. I thought before the end of this weekend we might have been 4.5k because of all the people watching in the US. Unfortunately, I was wrong, so it proves how much my predictions are worth. Not a lot. But Ian thinks by the end of the month we're going to hit 5k. And if we do, then we're going to be auctioning a gold-proof coin. We're not sure what it is. Ian's given a clue away as to what it might be. However, if we get to when we get to the 5k subscription, so everybody tell your friends, Ian will be auctioning off a gold coin, and that'll be for A to Z, 10p's, and some of the other things that we use. What Ian also confirmed last night was basically that when you get to 10,000 subscribers, he is going to have a pair of see-through trousers and a leather rubber shirt, which it would basically that he'll put on. So I felt sick when it was mentioned yesterday. So yeah, that'll be interesting if that happens. So we shall see. So let's just have a quick look. Hi, this is CJ Badgman, is what I was talking on behalf of Ian, aka is it Nave Aka Stewart? Oh, sorry, CJ, is it Nave or Nave? Aka Stewart, aka creative writer. Coming on screen as a CJ soon. Dying to learn about all of the coin stuff soon. I'm a bit more PC. I'm not going to read that other word there, but basically come on board and have a few live streams with us. So that'd be pretty cool. Welcome, Stuart. I'll just call you Stuart for now, but I'm sure that I'll be connected if you want me to call you something totally different, or if it's definitely CJ Badgeman. So yeah, as I say, that's absolutely fine. Disney's just put, oh yes, I'll be coming for you, Chris Spree. Ha ha. I'm not sure what that's about. So here we go. Oh no, I'll have to find some conversations I've missed about Chris and is it about the 1 and 2p's? So it looks as if Disney's been saving up her 1 and 2p coins ready for the next auction when that is in the first of the month. That'd be quite interesting because I believe Chris got quite a few things of his thing, his 1 and 2p's last time, so that's pretty cool. So as I say, we're trying our hardest to try and get as many subscribers as possible. Please, if you haven't done already, subscribe to Ian's channel, subscribe to the other CJ's channels as well. The Gruffalo is being released in circulation. The first 50 went out. Please share that video. It's one of Ian's videos that was put on a couple of days ago. The first ones went in through Coinstar. The actual receipt, which he classes as ephemera, is for sale on eBay. Please put a bid in for that if you haven't done already and you fancy winning it. I think it's currently at £11. And as I say, that's pretty much what I'm looking to people to achieve as quick as possible. I want to get the 5k subs so we can get our next gold coin auctioned off. I'm a bit more worried about getting to 10k subs. I want it to happen, but I don't really want to see Ian dressed like that. But we shall see what happens. My question is, will he have some sort of mask on at the same time? That'll be interesting. Okay. Fran just put, got to ask, is Ian going to actually wear them? He said he will. He said if we get to 10k, Fran, and yeah. And apparently he had it a good few years ago, and he thinks it still fits. So you'll probably know a bit more about the costumes Ian's got in his wardrobe, if any. So I don't know. He said he was going to do that, so he's normally a man of his word. So if he said he's going to do it, the chances are he will do it. But you know, he's not sure I'll fit after 15 years. But yeah, no, he definitely said it. He definitely said it. So as I say, I want to get to the 5k because I want people to auction for a gold coin. I'm not so fussed about getting to the 10k. I want to get there. Obviously, I wanted to smash 1 million subscribers, but I'm a bit more worried about the 10k. I don't really fancy seeing that. But you know, sorry, Ian, mate. As much as I love you, I don't want to see through pants. Just yeah. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Frank, you'll get a shoehorn out. Not going to comment to that either. Getting into them is one thing. Will they get out of them? It's what will be showing out of them is a bit what I'm worried about. Anyway, it sounds like this is Sue now. Sounds like he could be dressing up like a character from Rocky Horror Show. No, that'll be Warren when we go to the Royal Mint. That we're dressing up as someone from the Rocky Horror Show. If we get the £250 money raised through the admin part of Ian's site, and if you do want to donate to Warren, please make sure you put in the comments it's for Warren's charity Mind or just for Warren. So you're giving Fran ideas. Stop it. Fran wasn't even supposed to know that Ian mentioned that, and I kind of let it slip. Sorry, Ian. Anyway, if Meatloaf turns up, though, that might be a bad idea because I believe Fran doesn't like meatloaf. So won't go down that route either. So yeah. Anyway, no, there'll be no whips. However, I know somebody can supply handcuffs. Steve Fraser's got some of them, as has some other people on this site that mentioned it the other day in one of the chats. That was at the not time of the day when we should be mentioning that kind of thing. So anyway, what can I say? I've got about 14 minutes left. I've just actually started to really because of the chat that's going on in the background. But you know, it does change Disney. You're quite right. Yes, I know. Clean-minded, and I'm being corrupted by people in the background. Anyway, so I will be coming off air in about 14 minutes when the lovely Warren will be taking over. I have come on tonight pretty much for two things. I've done both of them. The first one was to reconfirm that on Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe even been Thursday, before the Change Checker put their video up, I mentioned all of the coins in Change Checker. I'm not going red, mate. It's just the complexion of my bald head. So yeah, I wanted to prove the point that I said those first. There's video evidence that I said it first, and they've now been released on a video from Change Checker. I showed off the 3 coins, or 3 of the 4. I haven't got the 4th one because it was a silver proof, and I don't do silver proofs. But I showed off those coins. So if anyone hasn't seen them yet, please look at the earlier part of the video. You'll see those coins. And I also mentioned the Blue Peter coin because it's a very, very nice coin. Well, a lot of people may have had the coin already without that date on it. And I also mentioned the rare dates again on the 50p's that aren't intended for circulation that are out there, because they're the things that Change Checker mentioned in the video, and I've mentioned on a lot of my streams, bearing in mind that I do the 50p's. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do. I've also mentioned my top 10 list of 50p's done by, including the 2018s, done by mintage figure rather than what they call their scarcity index. And as I said, there's a couple of questions from myself about the scarcity index and how 2 coins can have exactly the same mintage but one more scarce than others. There's been a couple of suggestions put up here that maybe they held back on some of Peter Rabbit to make them the Flopsy Bunny, and they've released more Peter Rabbit out there so it's not as hard to get. I don't know. No one will know, I don't think. Warren is just asking to say he's going to do a personal auction between 10 and 12, something a bit different, so stay tuned in, plus 2 special announcements. So please, anybody that's going when Warren comes on, he's going to do 2 special announcements, and he's going to do an auction, a personal auction between 12 and 10. That's absolutely brilliant as well. I can see Sue wandering past.
Put your hands on your hips.
I think she's got time water stuff in her head. I don't know why that's got in her head. She's now singing it walking past.
You get all 3 CJs to do it if you hit those lines.
All 3 CJs to do what?
Or dress as characters from the Rocky Horror Show.
I'm never dressing up in drag ever.
What you could all do is go to the mint dressed as a Rocky Horror
I'm
Show.
definitely not going dressed to the mint in drag ever. Full stop. You can get that idea out of your head now. Thank you.
Why not?
Because I don't want to go dressed as drag, thanks.
I will let you in.
No. So you didn't even give him a wave, you tight person. Warren wants a wave, you haven't waved at him.
It's got to come to get me coloured real oil.
There you go, mate. She's coming back just to say hello.
Hiya.
There you go. Suing Scott in drag. Scott in drag. No, you can dream on Disney. It's never going to happen. I'll be like Lily. I'll be like Lily Savage gone wrong, and it's getting the clothes to fit me.
There's
no,
nothing wrong with Lily
definitely
Savage.
not. How have you just waved when you're not, when you're Katie on your phone? You better go get Katie off your phone.
Oh, is she?
I don't know, but she's definitely waved, and you're upstairs. Bye. Looks like Katie's watching on Sue's phone. Naughty Katie. Yeah, definitely looks like it. No, Lorna, it's not going to happen. No, no. End of no. Anyway, so yeah, so we go around a mint on the 25th. I know I keep repeating myself now. If it's strike your own light, he's not going to tell us. He won't even tell me if it's not a 50p or not. If it's a 50p, I'll be having them, I'm afraid. If it's not a 50p, I'm going to try and go around twice, once on the Friday, once on the Saturday. I'm hoping Ian will come with me both times. If that is the case, then both of the 2 strike your owns, they're not 50p's. I'm not bothered what they are. I'm only interested in 50p's because that's what I go for. Then my 2 away. One of the people knows who they are, and I've mentioned it, and the other person doesn't yet, but I'll tell them at some point. But if they're 50p's, you're not getting them because I'll be minding Katie's. Other than that, pretty much it. For me, I think we've got about 9 minutes. So, and everyone's going on about me and drag. Not going to happen. Don't forget, Warren, if you do want to sponsor Warren to go around drag in the mint, then it's he wants to raise £250 for the admin part. Just label it as Warren. Doesn't have to be 250 quid, just £1 or £2. All of those will soon mount up to get to the 250. I've personally already donated, as Warren's aware, and you know, I might do another load at some point. I want to get Warren his money for his charity because I think it's for a great cause. Mind, say 1 in 4 people have mental health issues in the UK. Let's promote it. Mental health is well promoted at this point in the year. Absolutely. Welcome to the Great British Coin Hunt Drag Hunt. No, there's only 2 people that have been in drag. Even Ian's not going in drag. Ian's just going to dress up as something you might find as Sue puts in the Rocky Horror when you get to 10k. So please all subscribe if you haven't done. Please share the videos, share everything on your social media. If you're going to go through social media, I must stress, go through Ian's website. If you go through Ian's website and you go to the earn points at the bottom part, and it's like a black tab at the bottom, click on that, go through that, and literally there's tons of links for Facebook. Click on all those links and you get points. The more points you get, the more points you get to spend in Ian's shop, and it's obviously promoting Ian on social media. When I say Ian, that's the Great British Coin Hunt. Promote as much as you can. The quicker we get to 4,000, there'll be a 4,000 giveaway. I'm not sure what that is. When we get to 5,000, there'll be a gold proof coin auctioned for 1 and 2p's. So the quicker we get to 5,000, the better. Ian's prediction is we'll get that before the end of the month. And then if that point is, once you hit that 5, we get to 10, Ian's going to dress up. And I'm not going to say that part again. So I just have to quickly remind you all as well, if you do donate through the admin part of the website, you are unfortunately charged £1 for postage. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about that, and that, well, I have to obviously. So basically, if you wanted to put a tenner in, just put 9 in because you're going to get charged £1 postage. Just wanted to pre-warn you of that. Only £9 will go to the charity. However, the postage charge has to be on there, and that is what we're looking to do. Say for Lighty, there's links up there now as well from Chris for the admin, and that's pretty much, I think, there on the me up to date on what it says on the chat. There's no way I'm going to be doing drag. Also the 5,000 subscriber coin auction, when it happens, the gold coin, it'll be running the whole day from 12 till 12. The last hour is when the auction will take place, or the actual winner of the auction will be announced, I should say, and it's going to be done by Moira, not Moira, what was her name? Matt's alias. Is it Moira? Or is that My Family Collect's wife? That's My Family Collect's wife, isn't it? Sorry, it's not Moira, I can't remember her name. Martha, that's it. Sorry, Moira. Sorry, Martha. At least you got a bit of a giggle out of it. I promoted My Family Collect. Well, I do apologise. And yeah, Martha will be doing the live result of the gold proof coin when it gets to the 5,000 subscribers. And obviously, Martha, when she was last on, was absolutely amazing. One of the best streams I've seen in a while. It was just a laugh a minute. The guy was just such a great sport, Martha, sorry. And it was brilliant. Sue and I were in stitches the whole night for that hour. We wanted him to carry on for 2 hours. So there's an idea. Maybe you should do 2 hours of the stream because it was just a great laugh that night. You know, we all have, you know, our own characters. We all have our own things that we promote and talk about on the chat. I just will quickly remind people, I normally do Tuesdays and Thursdays between the hours of 8 and 12 at night. I might potentially start doing Sundays. Don't think Lighty's confirmed yet, but between 8 and 10 like I've done tonight. But I say you're going to see me hopefully a bit more. And yeah, that's pretty much, you know, what my schedule is going to be. However, this Tuesday, I must stress, I'm not going to be on till between 10 and 12. Because my daughter Katie, who was in the video a bit before, is at a school play. So I'll be watching that and I'll be starting a bit later. There will be someone covering for me, but I'll be starting a little bit later. As soon as Lighty lets me know he's on the other stream, I will then obviously jump off. I think people are leaving to go to Lighty already, so as soon as he lets me know, then I will do so. CJ Scarlett just throwing it out there. No, I prefer Stephanie, but no, not going to happen. That was the name my mum was going to give me if I'd have been a girl, was Stephanie. Scarlett Johansson's quite hot though, so, but it's still not going to happen, Disney. You know, I'm never going to drag it up. Anyway, I'm ready when you are, Scott. Okay, so if Light is on, I will hand you over to the lovely Lighty. I shall wish you all a fond evening. Don't forget, coming up in Lighty's, he's got his own special auction and a couple of announcements he's going to make. So please stay tuned. Switch over to Lighty. I'll say good night, God bless. Thanks all for watching. Once again, welcome to the new CJ and all of our friends from America. And it was nice to see you all, and I'll catch up again at some point. And as Mr. Fraser says, I'll see you on the other side, because I'll be in the chat myself in approximately 2 minutes. So thanks very much for watching. Good night, everybody. And Chloe Snatch, you just joined us. And yeah, I'll say goodbye to Sue, although she's probably watching in the background anyway. So thanks very much for tuning in to me. Please switch across to Lighty. Bye, Disney. Bye, everybody. And I'll speak soon, and take care. Thank you very much. Bye.